Hey, welcome to the Homemaking Exchange. My name is Diana, and in this video we are making this delicious and easy peach cobbler. Start out by placing a stick of butter in your baking dish. You're going to stick that in the oven at 350 degrees for a few minutes, probably about 5 minutes, just until the butter melts, and then you can take it out and set it aside. Then you're going to start on your peach filling. Use cornstarch and cool water to make a cornstarch slurry. Mix those together in a small dish until they are smooth and look pretty much like milk. Then you're going to get your sliced peaches that are in heavy syrup and add the peaches along with the juice to a large bowl. Add granulated sugar, brown sugar, a little bit of salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Then use a spoon to mix those together until they're well combined. You want to make sure that the sugar has dissolved and that the spices have been distributed a little bit more evenly. Add lemon juice, vanilla extract, and your cornstarch slurry. Give it one more stir to make sure that the cornstarch hasn't settled to the bottom. Then as you're stirring the peaches, you're going to go ahead and start pouring in that slurry. Then continue stirring it until everything is well incorporated. That cornstarch will help your liquid to thicken up as your cobbler bakes. Set your peaches to the side and then work on the batter for the crust. Add all-purpose flour, baking powder, brown sugar, granulated sugar, and salt to your mixing bowl. Then whisk those together until they're combined. Use your whisk to help break up some of those clumps of the brown sugar. It's okay if there are still some lumps, but just get as many as you can broken down. Once that's combined, slowly add your milk to the dry ingredients. Add about 1/3 of the milk at a time and mix it well after each addition. I'm switching over to a spoon so that I can get rid of a few more of those lumps of the brown sugar. I'm just pushing the lumps up against the side of the bowl and just mashing them out. Once again, it doesn't have to be completely smooth. Once your batter is mostly smooth, it's ready to go ahead into your baking dish. You're going to pour your batter right on top of that butter that you melted earlier. Once you get all the batter in, gently spread it out so that it reaches the edges of the baking dish. You want to make sure that you have some of the crust on all parts of your cobbler. Be careful not to stir the butter and the batter together. Just gently scoot the batter to the edges. Then get your peaches and use a large spoon to evenly drop the peaches across your baking dish. Place them right on top of the batter. You don't want to dump them all in at the same time. It will kind of shift your batter and it will cause the peaches to be all in one spot. So use your spoon so that you can control them as they go in, and also so that you can control the amount of liquid that goes in. I do prefer my peach cobbler to have some liquid in there, so I'm using most of the juice. I'm going to leave just a little bit this time, but sometimes I actually add the entire amount of juice in there. It just depends on how much liquid you like in your cobbler, whether you add the full amount of juice or leave some behind. And remember, it will soak into the cobbler crust as it sits and cools, so it does look pretty liquidy right now, but it's not going to be that wet once you have the final product. That's how much juice I left behind. Like I said, you can add all of it if you want to. Last step I'm going to do is just sprinkle a little bit of additional cinnamon on the top of my cobbler before I put it in the oven. Then I'm going to stick this into my preheated oven for 45 to 55 minutes, just until it's golden brown and bubbly and the crust is cooked through. I used an 11x7 dish for mine, but if you don't have that size, you can also use a 9x9. I did have some issues here, as you can see, with the juice spilling over from my pan when I did it in the 9x9. So definitely place a cookie sheet lined with foil under it so that the juice will not mess up your oven. Before you serve it, you want to let it cool for at least 20 minutes. This is the soft bready kind of cobbler, so if you're more into the pie crust cobbler, this might not be the one for you, but if you do like that soft cobbler, try this one out. If you're interested in the recipe, you can find the details in the description box. Thank you so much for watching.